Brian Griffin, the family's intellectual, right? But don't be fooled. Behind that smooth voice and smug attitude lies a master manipulator who twists every situation to suit his own desires. Today, we're counting down the darkest times Brian Griffin manipulated his family, and trust me, the most shocking act of betrayal is still to come. From emotional sabotage to cold-hearted betrayal, Brian has pulled off some truly twisted schemes. 10. Brian's jealous sabotage in Brian's play. Jealousy, Thy Name is Brian. In Brian's play,
Rehearsing my new play. Want to hear it? Oh, you actually wrote a little play. Oh boy, I wish I could hang out, but it has just gotten so crazy. Really? You know, I mean, every performance is sold out and they just added a Wednesday matinee.
Stewie writes a theatrical masterpiece, and Brian, instead of being happy for his best friend, tears it down.
God.
He manipulates the family into believing his mediocre play is far superior, all to protect his own fragile ego. Watching him dismantle Stewie's success is like watching a petty genius at work.
I was so happy until I read your play, Stewie. I finally had some kind of success as a writer. It wasn't big, but it was mine. I was fine being an okay writer.
For Brian, it's not about art. It's about power and controlling how everyone sees him. 9. Brian's romantic manipulation in Brian the Bachelor. In Brian the Bachelor, Brian sets his sights on a girl, and who does he use to help him?
We've had some wonderful times. I really like you.
Look, I understand. It's okay. I hope you and Quagmire have all the happiness in the world.
But I'm choosing you.
Just promise me you'll make him wear this. What? You're choosing me?
Peter, of course. Brian manipulates Peter into thinking he's doing him a favor by helping him on a date, but Peter is nothing more than a pawn.
Come on in and tell me everything. I bet your stories will make me laugh so hard I shoot milk out of my nose.
Peter, this is Brooke, the Bachelorette. She's having dinner with us tonight. I went over this with you a few minutes ago.
It's a classic case of Brian using Peter's stupidity to get what he wants. And when it doesn't go his way, Peter's the one left cleaning up the mess while Brian walks away, unscathed. 8. Guilt tripping the family in Doggone. Brian's manipulative talents don't just lie in smooth talking. In Doggone, he takes guilt tripping to a whole new level. After accidentally killing a dog, Brian doesn't apologize. No.
Almost home. Oh my God! Oh, please be okay, please be okay, please be okay. Oh, thank God. Okay, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Oh my God!
He turns himself into the victim, making everyone around him feel bad for even questioning him.
A live dog burying dead dog.
This is a photograph.
Oh, is it?
Wait a minute. You saw the whole thing?
The family, as usual, buys into it, and Brian basks in their sympathy. Brian, the innocent victim? Not quite. It's a masterful move, turning his own crime into an opportunity for emotional control.
And that's why I'm prepared for you to arrest me and take me to jail where I belong. I just couldn't take the stress anymore. I had to come clean. I mean, the truth is, I didn't even stop to find out if he had an owner. I just completely...
Wait, owner? What are you talking about?
I just told you, I hit and killed a dog with my car.
7. Derailing Peter's life in Moving Out, Brian's song. Peter's new job, it's going well, but that doesn't sit right with Brian. In Moving Out, Brian's song, Brian carefully plants doubts in Peter's head, making him second-guess everything. The result?
What the hell did you do? Because of what you said, Jillian wants us to move in together.
Well, I think you should, Brian. She's beautiful, she's funny, and she is smart as the day is wide.
Peter quits, completely unaware that Brian has been pulling the strings all along. It's not just about keeping Peter down. It's about keeping him in his place. Brian's manipulation here isn't just about the moment. It's about ensuring Peter never rises above him. 6. Time manipulating in Back to the Pilot. Brian's manipulations go beyond the present. In Back to the Pilot, Brian and Stewie prevent 9/11s, seemingly a good thing.
Did that do it? Did we restore the past?
Well, let's check. 9/11. Oh, there it is. We did it, Brian. We made 9/11 happen. High five!
All right, high five!
Hey!
But Brian convinces Stewie to reset the timeline, letting the tragedy unfold. His cold rationale: some things aren't meant to change. It's a chilling manipulation of history itself, all under the guise of preserving the timeline.
The future. What you guys do eventually works out. It's what you two are about to do that ruins everything. Stop!
Don't do anything!
Oh, for God's sake!
What kind of mind manipulates not just people, but time itself to justify tragedy? Brian's does. 5. Using Peter for fame in The Thin White Line. During his stint as a police dog in The Thin White Line,
The amazing appendages.
Well, I better take this cocaine down to evidence.
Oh, hey, I'll do that. I'll catch up with you guys at the pub.
Brian manipulates Peter into becoming his personal assistant. What starts as a harmless favor quickly turns into Peter running errands and doing grunt work, all while Brian basks in his newfound fame. It's not about teamwork. It's about Brian using Peter to maintain his superiority.
And he treated me like family. He's my best friend.
Yes, and look where you've ended up.
You know what? I think my therapy here is complete. I came here to get clean, and I did. So goodbye.
Brian, it's moments like this that make me sad you're gonna die 50 years before I do.
Brian always knows how to keep himself on top, even if it means turning his best friend into a servant. 4. Turning the family against each other in Peter's Got Woods. Brian knows how to twist family dynamics to his advantage, as seen in Peter's Got Woods.
Just to sabotage me. You're a jerk, you know that?
Listen, at least I wasn't trying to change the name of the school to impress my girlfriend.
Now, that is not true.
Oh, yeah? Well, then why'd you pick Martin Luther King, eh?
When Brian's relationship with Shauna causes a rift with Peter, Brian doesn't try to resolve things. He manipulates the entire family into siding with him. He plays the role of the rational, level-headed victim, while Peter is painted as unreasonable. The result? Peter stands alone.
Ass, you know that? You're just jealous because I'm hanging around with someone else.
Hey, I don't care, man. Girls are stupid anyway.
Well, fine. Then maybe I'll go see her right now.
Fine, I'll just hang out with James Woods.
It's not just manipulation. It's division, and Brian thrives in the chaos he creates. 3. Setting Peter up for failure in Patriot Games. In Patriot Games, Brian lets Peter believe he's a rising star in the NFL.
Cocky attitude. How many times have I told you? No showboating.
Relax, Tom. I'm just having a little fun. I got it under control.
Okay, 28, Z right, pitch left. On one. Ready, break.
Fully aware that Peter's being set up for public humiliation. Instead of warning him, Brian watches as Peter's delusions grow, only to see him fall flat on his face in front of thousands. Brian's manipulation here isn't just subtle, it's cold-blooded. It's one thing to manipulate someone privately, but Brian sets Peter up for failure on a massive stage. 2. Gaslighting Stewie in Brian and Stewie. One of the darkest manipulations comes in Brian and Stewie. Trapped in a vault together, Brian uses the opportunity to emotionally break down Stewie. Through gaslighting, Brian makes Stewie question everything about his emotions and his reality, twisting Stewie's thoughts to make him doubt himself.
Okay, we're just talking. We're not doing anything yet. All right, we're just talking. Nobody's doing anything at this point. Dogs sometimes eat feces. It's not a judgment, it's just a fact.
It's manipulation at its purest, and Stewie has no way out. When you can manipulate someone's emotions that deeply, it stops being a joke. It becomes something far more sinister. 1. Brian's manipulation of Meg in Barely Legal. For our final manipulation, we turn to one of Brian's cruelest acts.
Want to be here?
No, Meg. That's my God, look at these chicks. You know the best thing about these girls is, even if you're terrible...
His exploitation of Meg's teenage crush on him in Barely Legal. When Meg, desperate for attention, asks Brian to take her to prom, he agrees out of pity.
Oh, Brian, let's dance. This song kicks ass.
Hold on to the night.
But what starts as a seemingly harmless favor quickly turns darker when Brian realizes the extent of Meg's infatuation. Instead of handling the situation with care, Brian manipulates her feelings, playing along until it becomes too much for him.
Sorry, that was the booze, not you. You gonna eat that?
Rather than setting boundaries from the start, Brian allows Meg's obsession to spiral out of control, leading to a painful rejection that leaves her devastated. He toys with her emotions, only to drop her when it's convenient for him. It's a reminder that even when it comes to the most vulnerable members of the family, Brian can be just as manipulative and self-serving.